What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Abel here, STL Tones. Today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new amplifier addition to the AmpHub plugin. This one is the Krater Ravage 1. This is based on a Krank Rev 1 amplifier. So you know you guys are going to be getting the chugs out of this new amplifier edition. I'm super stoked about it. The signal chain for this is going to be the Solar S1.6. I had to bring out the big guns for this video. It's loaded with Fishman Fluence Tosin Abasi signature pickups. We're going into a universal audio aero interface. We're going in Cubase, and of course we are running AmpHub. So without further ado, let's hop on screen and check this thing out. All right, so hopping on screen, you guys see our interface here, Krater Ravage 1. Very, very simple amplifier layout. You have the drive channel and a clean channel, and then you've got a switch to go between the two of them. You have a presence, and you also have a sweep here, which is pretty cool. I feel like that moves around the mids a little bit, but of course we'll get into that. But like I said, very simplistic layout here. You don't have like a ton of gimmicky options or anything like that. You just have straight up raw brutality on this amplifier. And you got a few knobs to turn, and that's it. So I already have a tone kind of dialed in right now. Of course, I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to dial it back, and then we're going to build up from scratch so you guys hear what the amplifier really sounds like by itself. But check this out. Sounds so good. What a beast of an amplifier. Let me show you guys what I have going on, and then we're going to turn some stuff off and kind of just get the raw tone out of the amp. Right now I'm running the Horror Drive accuracy based on the Precision Drive. This is how I have that set up. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And then my cabinet section, again, I always give you guys this in the beginning of the videos, but if you guys go to the Abel preset list, which you should have in the AmpHub, you just go to Red Beast, and that sets up your cab section for you, and then you can go here and just manually change the amplifier, and you will keep this cab section. I love the 4x12 Eagle RG. I think it sounds amazing, so I have that on both sides. I have a 57 on the left and a ribbon 122 on the right. This is how I have it set up. I personally think this sounds great on most amplifiers that I switch into it. Sometimes you have to make some subtle tweaks, but it's a really good foundation to start from. So let's get back into this. So I've shut the stomp box. I've shut the stomp box off. Let's just get rid of it. And I'm gonna gain down here to noon. And let's see what we got going on. This is just the drive channel by itself. And volume. Volume's good. Let's put our EQ back at noon. This also has a really active, or a really sensitive, I should say, presence knob, which not all amplifiers do. But check this out. So as you can see, the presence knob is actually doing a lot of work, as to where most presence knobs don't usually do so much, not until like over halfway, then they start bringing the tone to life. This is how, the way I like to describe it is the presence knob is really just controls the overall life of the tone. You can easily kill it and back it all the way down. I slowly try to bleed it in to get that top end sizzle and just bring the tone to life a little bit, but I don't like to overdo it. So, and this one I ended up just right here, right under half at 4, sounds perfect there. Let's crank the gain just to see what happens. have my pickups in the active setting, so for my friends out there wondering what the passive setting sounds like, in case you have passive pickups in your guitar, this is what that's going to sound like. Back to active. And then let's go ahead and get into the sweep knob, which I think, like I said, is just moving mids around. You can get a really kind of harsh low mid tone, which I think most people don't like. I think it sounds kind of cool sometimes just to mess with, but here's a sweep knob. So as you can see, it's taking all of those low mids and that subtle low end and just wiping it completely out if you're on the other half of the sweep knob, and it sounds essentially like there's no low end there anymore. I think it's a pretty cool tool though. You know, if you're kind of playing with the presence and the sweep, you can really dial in that high-end sizzle exactly where you want it and your low end exactly where you want it, especially as you guys are going to see in a little bit if you're throwing an overdrive in front of it, which this amplifier takes phenomenally. And we'll circle back around to that, but let's check out the clean channel because, of course, if you're going to buy a Krank Rev 1, you would obviously be doing it for the clean channel, right? I mean, that's why you get these amps. But anyway, let's check this out. All right, so did some stuff to the EQ, very subtle moves. Let's see what it sounds like now. There you go. If you guys were wondering about the clean channel, now you know. It's got a decent clean channel in there. So if you're looking for cleans out of a Krank Rev 1, you can do that, I guess, if you really want to. All right, so circling back to metal tone, where I like to live at. And let's get a stomp box in front of this thing. Our EQ's at noon, and let's gain down so we don't blow up our tone too much. And let's just get something standard. So I'm gonna go with my favorite, just overall slap on everything pedal, and that's gonna be the 808. Sick pedal, by the way. I have it in physical form and it just sounds so good everywhere. All right, so let's hear this. amp is absolutely sick. And if you're looking for this just beautiful, crisp gain, this is exactly what you're going to be looking for. I can't wait for you guys to get a chance to mess with this amplifier. The really cool thing about the gain on this, and I don't know if you guys heard when I didn't have any pedals on it and I was just going through the raw drive channel, is even if you crank the gain, you still get a very clean example of gain. You're not getting this crazy, mushy, overdriven, oversaturated tone. You're getting a very clean version of that distorted tone, which I think is why it takes pedals so well, at least in my opinion. You can throw like this pedal on it, and then you can start cranking that gain up, and the tone doesn't fall apart, and you still get to keep a lot of the low end. So it just sounds phenomenal. This amp's gonna be really sick to mess around with. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap things up for me. Of course, as always, if you are watching this video, that means that this is now live and available for download over at stltones.com. So head on over there, update your plugin, and you're gonna have this bad boy waiting for you in the AmpHub. If you guys enjoy the video, please hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you see all of the new updates, products, and videos that STL Tones is putting out. My name is Abel Hernandez, and I will catch you guys on the next video.